It is my great pleasure to present for the first time anywhere the thing you've all been waiting for, my coolest, hottest, baddest creation.
Just get on with it.
Careful, everybody. We don't want to hurt him.
Speak for yourself.
I can make you human again, because, you know, magic.
Why didn't you ever say anything before?
Come on, it would take way too long to list everything I can do with magic.
We want to hear the list!
Fine. Teleportation, telekinesis, flight, read the minds of animals, see in the dark, turn water into any other liquid except for ginger ale, summon a meteor, devour the souls of the wicked, and perfectly crack open walnuts.
Wow!
So we begin the costume with googly eyes, actually. As these were the perfect size and had a flat backing for Raven's belt. I start off by painting them with 2 base layers of white paint. Once those were fully dry, 2 layers of red paint, these just being acrylic paint. Once the red was dry, I peeled them up and cut the excess dry paint off. So there are many mediums that I have used and many that I have not. But one of the ones that I hear a lot about, but I've never used until now, is Warbler. The general consensus of this is that you're supposed to heat it up and then it's basically just a pliable plastic. I'm going to cut off a small portion. I'm going to try to cut off a small portion. Normally when people have this, they use a heat gun. I have a blow dryer. I did start off with a smaller test strip to see how it would be to use. I think I'll need a bigger piece. Okay. Once I knew how big the piece were that I needed, I cut a few more approximately the length and width and started heating them up and wrapping them around my googly eyes. Once I had them wrapped, I heated up smaller portions of the perimeter at a time and further pressed them down if they weren't flat enough already. And once more to be able to create holes in the sides, for later on. Then painted the Warbler with a mix of golds to see which one I like most. Referencing a photo of her. It's definitely more gold and I hate it. I like the costume, I just hate the fact that, yeah, it's a true gold. Oddly enough, I'm finding the perfect mix to make the gold that I want is spun gold metallic paint that you can literally get from the dollar store. And this, which is makeup. It's a loose pigment called The Lion by Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. I'm literally mixing it in together. I don't know why this works. I think it just makes it more pigmented of like a true gold rather than the shitty dollar store paint. You can't even see it. I'll do it on my phone to make it look more believable. Put the flash on. This one is just with the few layers, I think 2 layers of yellow and 2 of spun gold. This is 2 layers of yellow and then the spun gold mixed in with the pigment. It is significantly better, but at least I'm getting use out of it. Here's where I actually show you the heating up and adding holes. I did also paint the back of these, which won't show, but all know. That rhymed. Before everything is assembled to make it all one piece, I added a very small amount of resin to each and rubbed that in with my hand to make it so there was no lumps or bumps. This also gives it the shine back, considering Raven's belt is done out of rubies. I think, possibly, red gems in gold casings attached with gold rope. However, I will be attaching mine with gold O-rings. placing one in each hole and connecting 5 more down the center before attaching the next one. And doing this so many times. Except with the ending one, I attached a closure to the O-ring and connected the other side. This closure spins into itself for security. But to make it even more stable, I'm adding the smallest little dollop of resin to each O-ring where the connection point actually is. Then it's wig time. I started off with an ultraviolet wig from Amazon. I placed it on my mannequin head to start the easy customization. I gave it a defined part and then started cutting. I knew I wanted the cut to be angled higher in the back and lower in the front with a middle part. Round 1. Done. I went back and forth between putting it on my head and putting it on the mannequin until it was the right length that I wanted it to be. I love wigs because if my hair was this short, it would not be styled like this. And I would probably cry. Finally, I decided to go back and add a further down hairline, just a little bit, in the middle. Ta-da! Did I lie? Maybe I did. But the amount that I really want her actual front part, and I kept some hair, so here we are. Here we are. I mean, some of it stayed. Just extended it out just a little. Enough that it looks more like Raven, I think. Now we're done. I hadn't mentioned this previously, but I had left one of the gems out of the belt, so I was able to sew it onto the cape to make a faux clasp, kind of. I didn't use any O-rings for this, but I did, however, glue a clip clasp male part to the gem portion, which I know is a very inclusive language, but it's a hardware fact. And then the female side was sewn into the cape on the other side. Then onto my makeup. I started out with my brows as I regularly would. But for the eyes, I'm starting out with a white cream base. Blending that out with the heat of my finger. Using a light gray eyeshadow as my transition shade and going in with a lavender eyeshadow into my crease. Inner corner, outer corner, and dragged into a long wing. For the tear duct area, I'm placing a dual chrome shadow on my finger and bringing it down a little bit. Adding a matte black liner, I'm doing a medium wing, medium-ish, on the outer portion of my eye. And a small one on the inner portion. Adding a coal black liner to the top and bottom lash line. Also bringing everything that's on the top eyeshadow-wise down to the bottom as per usual. Then topping off with mascara. For my lips, I'm doing a little bit of a Kim Possible type thing right now, with black on top, gray on the bottom. And adding some liquid latex to the back of a red rhinestone gem I got from the dollar store in a pack. And putting that onto the forehead, basically between my eye area. Putting the wig on, the hood, and we are good to go. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. Or even be a little hoe.